Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fine Monday to you all. Good to see ya, good to see ya, good to see ya. Oh, this is Elementals. This is Other Deck. How is everyone doing today? Stone Rain Productions, Looney, Najuska Books, Alex Mateo, Jeeples McBooty, Grammatical Firebrand, Dan. Good to see ya. How's it going, Doug? How is everyone today? Hopefully everyone had a spectacular weekend. Alex Mateo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, so we got Modern to play today. It is not spoiler season yet. It is almost spoiler season. Tomorrow's the first full day of spoilers. Muas, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But we haven't had a stream since they actually showed off these spoilers. What do you think, chat? What do you think about dungeons? What do you think about dungeons? Is this the most broken mechanic, or is it an unplayable mechanic? I don't know if there's any middle ground. I have a hard time imagining that this mechanic is going to be just okay, or like in the middle, kind of meh. I think it's either going to be stone unplayable or stone busted. No in-betweens with dungeons adventuring. Big meh. Hey, what's up, Lazarus? How are you? Good to see you, good to see you. Do we have a spoiler? So, sort of. There is something coming up that we are spoiling. I don't know how much of it's announced. So we don't have just a normal main set spoiler, but there will be spoiler action for the set. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we gotta see more. We gotta see more venture cards primarily. That is the one question for these cards. Like, right now we've seen Eliwick, we've seen Nader. Those are fine. Those are decent. Elias Babylon for the 27th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Big soup cheer for you. The question's gonna be, how good are the support cards? Like, that is it. If we get more like Nader support cards, I can see dungeons being really insane. Like, that's a lot of free value. It's so much free value, but let's not waste time. That is a good point. But tomorrow kicks off official spoiler season, so we'll have new cards to talk about for days starting tomorrow. But today, after drinking some water, we are doing some waste nodding to start, and maybe some elementaling after. Oh, did Gavin say? Yeah, so we have a commander deck to preview. We don't have a main set normal one card preview, but we do have a whole commander deck to show off to you, which is going to be fun. So I'm excited for that. So let's do our reminders. Let's update the record, and then talk about Waste Not. Start playing some Magic, then we talk about our weekends, we talk about AFR, we can talk about everyone complaining about Wizards, not paying for the Mr. Beast thing, we can talk about World's Prizes we can talk about whatever. We can talk about anything and everything. I have a beard hair that is in my mouth, and it's driving me insane. Also, it is ridiculously hot today. I still have a beard hair in my mouth. That is the downside. I got it. The beard hair is out. That is the downside to having a beard. If it gets in your mouth, it's super obnoxious. But we fixed it. So, Wazex, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. Can we talk about the new... Ooh, we can definitely talk about the new Mountain Goat album. It is really good. I listened a bit to the new Modest Mouse album. I haven't given it a fair listen. I listened through about half of it. It seemed okay, but I gotta give it more of a listen. Is Suricat, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. It is like 95-ish, but also like super humid. So it's like, I don't know, I got my AC blasting, and it's still like 80 something in here, so I'm just like melting. I've been melting all day. Anyway, reminders. Read my YouTube this week, find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Quantum 4-year resub. That is insane. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. Replay YouTube, normal YouTube. Budget Magic just went up playing some Mono Red Hollow on the return with Asmore and Freds. So check that out on the YouTube. Timmy the Badfish, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. I have to pop in with my monthly sub. Wish I could stay. It'd be really cool if you'd have more West Coast friendly streams. The only way I can watch live. Oh, Timmy the Badfish. Well, Thursdays are West Coast friendly, but I hear the feedback. Helio Missel. I'm also hyped for D&D spoilers. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup to you. A reminder, our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, maybe from Adventures of Forgotten Realms, we've already moved on. Modern Horizons 2, it's already off the front page. We're back to the next set. You can get them at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one. They'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page, clean out Richard's Garage, donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. And okay, now I can take the breath. We got there. How are you on Original One? So what are we playing today? Oh, I'm kind of excited about this. We are playing Waste Not. Waste Not is one of the cards. Oh no. Okay. All right, I got to reload Moto. It's not popping up. Avert your eyes. Desktop. Do not look. It's getting pretty full. Ooh, I got a new camera. I'm actually kind of excited about it. I got a new camera, which I think is going to make our streams and videos a lot higher quality. I still got to finish setting it up, but new camera, hopefully going to look good. You're going to be able to see every individual beard hair. That is the goal. Every individual beard hair. 4K, blah, 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 whatever, technology stuff. But yeah, new camera should be going, hopefully by the end of the week at least. Are we Sacred Catting? So no Sacred Cats at the moment. We are wasting not. It's waste not time. So why am I so hyped about this deck? I'm hyped about this deck for one big reason. Waste Not is insane. Waste Not is an incredibly powerful magic card. What's the problem with Waste Not decks? The problem with Waste Not decks is you only get 4 Waste Nots, and if your deck is built around it with a bunch of Thought Seizes and Burning Inquiries and Dream Salvages, when you don't have Waste Not, your deck just doesn't do anything. Like, it just doesn't do anything at all. It just spins its wheels, does nothing. Ooh, the hype train is running. I feel like I just missed a sub. Who was the last sub? The chat is updating very, very slowly. RG, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So, I'm excited about it because now we kind of have 8 Waste Nots. We have Profane Tutor, with the idea being we can Profane Tutor to find our Waste Not, because once we have Waste Not going, Waste Not generates insurmountable value. It should be able to win the game. So we're willing to wait a couple turns to get our Waste Not, because once we get the Waste Not, we're going to have a really good turn and win the game. So that's the main reason I'm excited about trying this deck. Is Profane Tutor the solution to cards like this? Can Profane Tutor mean that, like Heartless Summoning, Waste Not, all these decks that you only have one key card that you gotta have for your deck to work, can they all of a sudden be competitive decks now that Profane Tutor can find them? Avian for the 25th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Other cool synergy in the deck, Dreadhorde Arcanist. Dreadhorde Arcanist lets us cast Profane Tutor from our graveyard for free. So we can Profane Tutor, get a Waste Not, attack with Dreadhorde Arcanist, cast Profane Tutor again, get another Waste Not. And once we have 2 Waste Nots, it's pretty much over. I don't know how our opponent possibly ever... Yeah, Twitch is kind of like weird today, isn't it? I don't know how our opponent could possibly ever beat it. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch is having all kinds of problems. It doesn't show me like dropping any frames or anything. It's just being wonky for some reason, and I'm not sure. Hopefully it just starts working. So that is the plan of the deck. To back up our Waste Nots, we got a bunch of discard. Thoughtseize, Raven Crime, Inquisition of Kozilek, Burning Inquiry makes our opponent discard even if they don't have any cards in hand. We have Croxa that can make him discard. Kolaga's Command makes him discard. Dream Salvage lets us draw for each card our opponents discard. And that's the plan of the deck. Find Waste Not, either draw it or get it with Profane Tutor, cast a bunch of discard, draw a bunch of cards, make a bunch of zombies, make a bunch of mana, kind of not really fully storm off, but have a big turn and win the game. So that is the goal of Waste Not. We are a Lures deck. Someone mentioned Turgrid. Turgrid would be kind of fun in the deck. It's really expensive, so I don't think it would be optimal, but it would also cost us Lures. Lures lets us get back Waste Nots and Arcanist and Mishra's Baubles. So I do think Lures is kind of important to the deck. Unholy Heat, is it better than Fatal Push? I actually don't know if we want more of them. Turok, Turok could be pretty interesting. I could see Turok being good. Should we try? I can order a Turok. I'd have to order it because I don't have any in my collection. Should we? What do you think? Order Turok or or just run it. Run it right now. What would we replace? All right, I'll order them. What is Turok's full name? Turok. Oh my god. I actually don't know. Turok's Canticle. Him. Oh, there we go. Dread Cantor. All right. Turok. We'll get the Turoks for fun. I don't know if we'll play all 4 of them. Turok would make it janky. Do you think it is janky or is it good? Being able to cast it, it is kind of cute with Luris. Like, being able to cast it with Luris from the graveyard. Unfortunately, Tiny Bones is not in Modern. If Tiny Bones was in Modern, it would be great. And you can't rent them right now. No. You can still rent them. Card Hoarder, if you're in Card Hoarder's loan program, you can still rent them. They're just not accepting new applications right now for the loan program. Boranza, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I mean, we'll probably just play it as a one of. I don't think we want to play 4 of them. Maybe 1 or 2 Turoks, I think would probably be fine. It might be too slow, but we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot at least. I mean, we haven't really played Turok, so I kind of want to see what Turok does. All right, Turok's going in. Oh, Tiny Bones would be so sweet. Oh, I wish we had Tiny Bones in Modern. Tiny Bones is such a cool card. I wonder, could it be too good? Is it possible? All right, so 1 Turok. I do not know what to cut here. Removal. We have a lot of removal. Maybe we can trim a Fatal Push. Ooh, and 1 Inquisition. All right, let's try. We'll try 2 Turoks. All right, let's waste. Oh, you're right. Oh, Void. Oh, yes, Void. Oh, who built this deck? Now we gotta. Okay, you're right. We're rebuilding. I didn't build this deck. This is one someone else played. Voidwalker does seem insane. Actually, Voidwalker seems maybe better than Turok even. I mean, Voidwalker's got to be perfect for this deck, like absolutely perfect. Filberto, welcome to the Fishbowl. All right, last order, and then we're gonna play. I promise. We're gonna play Magic. Wait, Dorothy? Why is it called Dorothy? Is Loris dirty now? I mean, you can't not play Luris if all your deck naturally fits it. Cut the bolts. I mean, we do need removal, though. I kind of lean towards putting it in the sideboard. I don't know. I guess it's another must-kill threat. We do need removal, though. We can't just cut all of our removal. Maybe we go 1 Turok? Ugh. Now that you said it, like, Turok seems cute, but Voidwalker seems insane. Like, Voidwalker seems like it's even better than Turok, right? Turok's just like kinda cute, but the Voidwalker is like, I win. Voidwalker better than we're a waste knot deck. We can't cut the waste knots. That's the whole point of the deck is to waste. Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler in. Cut the waste knots. Delver's Secrets in. How about a Stoneforge Mystic cutting the Raven's Crimes and the Burning Increase? All right. We'll keep 1 Turok. Maybe we just put him in the sideboard. Can we cut a Bobble? How do we make room? Arcanist seems important. I guess we can go 2 bolts and down a Bobble. We're probably making the deck worse by the second. We are probably making it worse by the second, but that's fine. Something like that. All right, we're playing. Let's go. Let's waste not. If we get run over because we don't have any removal, then that's the price. That's the price that we pay. I'm not cutting waste not. I'm not. No. That's the whole point. Waste not's so good. Have you never seen waste not in action? Waste not's insane. It's insane. The problem is that you don't necessarily draw it. Like, that's the issue with waste not. Chat seems to be paused on stream. Ooh, yeah, I think Twitch is having issues of some kind. I'll try refreshing it. Icy Dog! Welcome back to the Fishbowl for the 30th month. Yeah, we'll try not to waste not this stream. Thank you for your subscription. Big super tier for you. Thank you. All right, let me refresh. It's weird because it seems like it's working. It seems like it's working on my end. There we go. We're good. Chat is back. Yeah, Twitch is just clunky sometimes. I hate that arena. Oh, the other thing we didn't talk about were the cards. Oh, I forgot. I definitely wanted to talk about this and get your opinions because it's very interesting. It is. So they're doing this event on Arena. This is a good topic of conversation today. So they're doing this event on Arena. The event on Arena involves taking cards that were recently banned and changing them into fairer versions. So this event's coming up in a couple of weeks. So they have like Agent of Treachery, Field of the Dead, Fires of Invention, Nexus of Fate, Oko, Omnath, Once Upon a Time, Teferi, Uro, Veil of Summer, Wilderness Wreck, Winota, and these changes go from like the card is dead, like Wilderness Wreck, same mana cost, except now only untaps 2 lands. No one is ever going to play it. If it's untapping 2 lands, it's a stone, cold, unplayable, no good card. On the other hand, some of them like Teferi, it's +1 mana. At 4 mana, Teferi is still very strong, and you even get more loyalty out of it as a bonus for the higher mana cost. Like 4 mana Teferi, still strong. Uro, same card, except you don't get to put the land into play. Still a strong card. And then some of them are kind of questionable. Like, Agent of Treachery only works if you cast it from your hand. Field of the Dead, now a legendary land, which it should have been to begin with. Nexus of Fate exiles itself. Oko got a huge redo. Oko, its +2 becomes a +1. Its +1 becomes a -2, which I actually think makes it much, much safer. So what do you think about this? We can talk about it as we go along, and we gotta... No way's not, but I think that's fine. We can redraw, we got a bunch of discard. I mean, we could just draw waste not. It could be anything, including a waste not. Oh, it is a waste not. Okay. Life is suddenly spectacular. Well, crack this, get a swamp. Inquisition you. Waste not off the top, waste not off the top. Oh. Oh. I think we have bad news for our opponent, that they can't answer this waste not this turn. Okay. 5 takes Gruul? Ooh, let me see, Jake Jesus. So what do you think about the event? Are you gonna play the event? I guess we take Cole against command. Please don't draw a discard spell this turn. As long as we get our waste not down, we are happy. We are super, super happy. You know what? I guess we can figure out if we're going to be happy or not, because we can play Mishra's Bauble. It will tell us our opponent's secrets. If this reveals a discard spell, oh, we're going to be so depressed. Mishra's Bauble. Target you. Top card. Oh, Catacombs. Waste not will hit the battlefield. Volpicanar and Desi J. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Sad to rock. What do you think about... Blood Crypt untapped. So, it sounds like people are going to play the event. I mean, I think I'm going to play the event. The event sounds really cool. The bigger conversation is... Do you think this means anything going forward? There's been like a huge conversation as to whether this is a test of some kind. Is this a test where Wizards is trying to figure out if they can do this outside of this special event? Like, do you think this is where we're heading? What would you think? What would you think about that? What if 4 Fairy was real? What if Wizards was like, all right, Teferi's broken. Instead of banning it, we'll just make it cost 4 mana. I mean, and this would be in paper. I assume in paper and everywhere. Would that be a good thing or a bad thing? That's where it becomes a little bit interesting. Ooh, there's a Profane Tutor. All right, what does this do? So when they discard a non-creature, draw a card. A creature gets a zombie. Well, let's start with Inquisition U. Take Turok. Get a zombie. Marsh Flats. Crack Marsh Flats. Get a swamp. Suspend Profane Tutor. Go. Oh, if we can get two-way snots, oh, two-way snots would be so insane. So insane. They'd have to print new cards and then replace them. I don't think Wizards would do that because that would be so expensive. Like, I think that would kind of be the issue. Yeah, I mean, they kind of did do it with companions. Although, opponent gonna get in and hit us. Although that was kind of a unique situation. This would, if they did make this change, I would be envisioning them doing it as just a normal everyday thing. Like, instead of banning cards, we errata cards. That's the part where I'm actually unsure how good or bad it would be for us. Well, thought CCU. Opponent. Bolts our face, down to 9. Take the push, draw a card. Play a mountain. Pass the turn. All right, things are going to get wild. We are down to 7, which is a bit frightening. Opponent untaps, draws. It would definitely make paper worse. Liliana, okay. It would make paper worse, but it would potentially make Arena better. Opponent ticks up. We will discard Thought Seize. All right. Maybe they are exploring the design space. If a similar card existed, would it still be broken? I mean, I think it's definitely an interesting test. With companions, though, they changed them in paper also. Okay, so here's the second question. The second question is, so let's say, why hold the Crocs up? Opponent didn't have anything to discard. So it just, I mean, I guess it hits him for 3, but. All right, so here comes Profane Tutor. I think we're taking Burning Inquiry. I think. Take Burning Inquiry. Draw for our turn. Oh, Voidwalker. Voidwalker 2. Okay. Okay. So, play Voidwalker. Play Burning Inquiry. Spin it to win it. Opponent, gonna draw. Going to discard. We get mana, zombie. Steal some Goyfs. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Whoo, that was a good turn. Jun cannot beat a Waste Knot. They can't beat it. Hey, what's up, Krabs? How are you? Mr. Foxpaws, for the 14th month, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. I don't like it because then it might lead to Wizards printing broken cards to sell products and balance them online. It would force me to play online also. Also, I think it would confuse people going from arena to paper. I think those things are true. One of my concerns, if they were going to do it, would be, yeah, John doesn't beat much anymore, do they? That was exactly one of my concerns. If this event has no concerns for me. Like, I like the event. So this is not about the event. This is about the hypothetical that Wizards would take in, do this instead of banning cards is a normal thing. That is exactly one of my concerns. I feel like we've seen this in some other games where it's like, okay, if we know we can just change cards after we print them, we can just kind of do whatever we want because then we can fix it later. So I feel like that could lead to us having more Uros and Okos and broken cards because Wizards, now they got to think, okay, when I make this card, it's going to exist in Magic for the next 25 years. We better get it right. If you're thinking, oh, I can just change this whenever I want to, Like, maybe Oko's too good. That's fine. We'll just twist the knobs a little bit in a couple of weeks. I feel like that has potential to get really messy and lead to less care being taken in design. Plain bread, I love Waste Not as well. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. You would leave paper if it got like this. Ooh. I mean, I guess I could see that side of it. The interesting question as well is, let's say there's two possibilities. And remember, this is 1,000,000% hypothetical. Wizards has not said they're doing this or anything. So let's say Wizards did decide, instead of banning cards, they're going to nerf or errata cards, like other digital games do. Do you think it would be better if... do we need to sideboard anything? Hold that thought. Jund. Angrass Rampage might be worth it. Rampage over a Voidwalker? Voidwalker's only okay in this matchup. Yeah, let's bring in the Rampages. Run it like that. They'd have to start paying judges a lot because they need many Oracle taxes. Yeah, that would be pretty wild. I feel like it would become very hard to play paper. Oh man, this hand has all of our stuff, but no way to cast it. All right, well this has all of our, well, some of our stuff and some ways to cast it. We will keep. All right, opponent, be nice, be nice, be nice about it. Blood Crypt and Inquisition of Kozilek. The worst thing is that other games use updating cards to shake up the meta as opposed to assessing power imbalances. Yeah, I feel like that would be something that could potentially happen in Magic as well. That would probably be a pretty big negative. I also bought Dragon Ball Super TCG. They issue something called revision packs with local tournaments that come with 3-ish errata cards. They have gone from changing effects to fixing typos. It would get so much more expensive out in the wild by happenstance. I think they would need to errata pack system similar to it. So I don't think Wizards would do that. Hey, what's up, Dirty Sanchez? My day is ridiculously hot and humid, but otherwise it is going well. We are wasting not, wanting not. Turok, sure. Sure. Well, Swamp. Get the Profane Tutor suspended. Pass the turn. We are going to need some action at some point. I just can't imagine that Wizards, like, that would be an easy solution. You're like, okay, we errata these cards, you send in your versions, we'll send you back updated versions with the proper text. But that sounds like a ridiculously expensive system. I have a hard time imagining that Wizards would go for that system just because it seems so expensive. We're gonna get wrecked by Liliana Turok here. That's not good. Opponent hits us. We take down Profane Tutor. Well, we will. Suspend Profane Tutor. Play Marsh Flats. Pass the turn. Opponent taps. This isn't really a mirror. Our opponent's playing Jund, I think. Our opponent's playing Jund and we're playing Waste Not. Our opponent just has a lot of Modern Horizons 2 cards in their Jund deck. Ooh, let me see, Thingham. Opponent ticking up. So, I guess it's Voidwalker. This Turok is getting huge. Yeah, or I mean, the Turok's looking good for our opponent. Looking very good. Opponent goes to combat. Liliana up to 5. Turok hits for 5. This is going poorly in multiple ways. Get a Blood Crypt tapped. Alright, sure. Down to 16. Tick down. Tick down. Get a... Oh no. Is there anything that saves us here? Opponent has multiple threats that need to be answered. So we can get removal and kill Turok, and then get removal and kill Liliana, but then we don't have a Waste Knot. Is that really what we gotta do? We gotta go like a bad control deck plan? Burning Inquiry being permanent giant growth for Turok is sweet. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. Yeah, I think I can accept bannings. I would be worried about the errata system just going way too far. Like, I kind of feel like if you did it in very few cases, in very small numbers, it would be fine. So kill Turok. Yeah, alright. Well, take a bolt. Oh. Well, okay. Waste Knot's actually an interesting draw. We will bolt the Turok. Play Waste Knot. Go. Alright. No enchantment destruction. Let us untap and make you discard some cards. Power Dad! 5,000. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Potent. Tapping mana. Untapping mana. Drawing. Retapping mana. Running 6. Okay, sure. Combo with Liliana. Gets it back. Plays a land. Cracks it. Gets a land. Oh dear, untapped. Season Pyromancer. Oh boy. Oh boy. This means Liliana's gonna ultimate. Well, I don't know if there's a way out of this. Profane Tutor. I wonder if this deck could play an actual wheel. That would be interesting. How can we get out of this? Hey, what's up, Daniel? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be getting some pauper banning soon. They got to get rid of the Storm cards. I mean, we could kill Liliana, but that doesn't even really make us win. We probably just got a Burning Inquiry and hope. Yeah, get an Inquiry. Well, spin it to win it. Burning Inquiry. Zombie, mana, card. Raven's Crime. Yeah. A little too late this game, because now our opponent can ultimate Liliana. We're going to hold the land in hopes that they tick up, but Liliana ultimate is tough. Tough. My personal opinion is why is this restricted list only for Vintage is, alright, opponent ultimating. Is a 1 Uro bad for Modern, or is it 4 that was a problem? Is 1 Oko too strong, or would 4 allow you to find it easier? So here's the thing about the restricted list, which I think is at least worth thinking through. Yeah, alright. Well, we get to keep our Waste Knot and a zombie. That was not as bad as I was imagining. Opponent hits us. Sure. Profane Tutor. A bit on the slow side, and there's a Raging Ravine. Well, okay, so we got to see the upside of Profane Tutor being able to find us combo pieces. Now we're seeing the downside, which is we are going to be dead before it comes off suspend. That is where it's at its worst. Opponent, firing up Raging Ravine. All right, we need to top deck a Birding Inquiry to have a shot, I think. Opponent gets in. Drop to 4. Come on, Miracle Draw. Miracle Draw. Burning Inquiry off the top. Pings us to 3. And Voidwalker, Shadow, dead. Oh, so close. So the thing about the restricted list that I think is important to think through is it leads to a scenario where if you look at like Vintage, where sure, you can only play one copy of the most broken cards, but decks are often built around a ton of ways to find those cards. And I don't know if that's actually a more fun play pattern. Like, I don't actually know if that is enjoyable. Where instead of having 4 copies of a card, it's I'm playing one copy and a ton of tutors to still try to find it consistently. So that's one of my concerns. The other concern is complexity and just keeping track of it. Remember, this is Wizards who, and I mean, you gotta take everything they say with a grain of salt, but when they were switching mulligan rules, one of the things that was suggested was, hey, what about switching to London mulligans for limited and maybe for standard, where it seems like it could be a positive, but you know, doing something different for modern and legacy where it could be a negative. And Wizards basically said, it's too complex. It's going to be too complex. We can't, we can't do that. We can't do that. It's going to be too complicated. Magic players' brains cannot comprehend, 2 different mulligan rules in 2 different formats. So if you can have 2 different mulligan rules in 2 different formats, it seems very weird to me that cards could work differently. Oh, here was the thing I was going to ask you. So let's say Wizards does decide they're going to errata rather than ban. Do you think it's more important that Arena be prioritized or paper be prioritized? Publius Maxim with a new donation, our first donation. I'll explain what I'm thinking in just a minute. Publius Maxim is $3 donation. Drafted a MH2 box with friend yesterday. We drafted from 2 p.m. till midnight. Ooh, that sounds so fun. We also drafted a combo cube with all lands are utopias. Cube is nothing but degenerate combo. Splitter Twin, Dark Depths, Thousands Oracle. What do you think? That actually sounds really fun. Like, when I play Cube, I want to do busted things, and that sounds like a pretty good way to do busted things in a cube. So I like it. Thank you so much for the donation. All right, so we will play first. We will reveal a Luris. Wow. Oh, we got 1 land in 2 waste knots. This hand is so close to the dream. Hey, what's up, Maxim Gar? How are you? The Mike Arnold for the 55th month and Mech Warrior. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the question would be, there's 2 ways that Wizards could do it. They could make it so the cards changed everywhere, or they could make it so the cards play differently in digital. How bad of an idea would that be? What if Wizards said, we're going to do these erratas, but they only work for Arena? So the upside of that would be Arena could change more quickly. They could do it on Magic Online too if they wanted to. Like, they could change the format very quickly. Something's too good, you'd knock up its mana cost a little bit. Something's not good enough, you cut its mana cost or add another line of text to it. I mean, we gotta keep it. Oh, are we really spinning the wheel here? Oh, I would really just like to. We're gonna wait a turn. We're gonna draw the land. We're gonna play Waste Knot, and then we're gonna win. Okay, opponent's gonna Thoughtseize. Please, no punishment. Please, no punishment. Evergold SG1! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our opponent's looking at this hand and thinking, if they draw land, we might be in trouble. They should probably take Burning Inquiry. That's a card that can dig us for a land, and if we draw a land, it's our best card after we play Waste Not. Yeah, takes Inquiry. Well, that is a land. Waste Not. Go. Also makes it tough for our opponent to take up their Lilianas, which is kind of hilarious. About it. We drew the land like a champion. Unpunished. One land, one keep. We know the rules. We know the rules. Opponent, Kroxa. We will discard, I think, Voidwalker. Well, we will Waste Not. Number 2. Wow. Oh boy. This is so close. If we can draw anything to make our opponent discard, it's going to be absurd. 2 Waste Nots is about the best. Crack the Bauble. Ashiok. Okay, I guess that's frightening. Oh, opponent passes. Okay, we draw a card. Inquisition. Well, we will Inquisition you. Gotta be something. Gotta be something. That's 2 Waste Nots. Now we gotta think. So I think we want to draw cards. Wow, they did not. Why did they not Assassin's Trophy? Do we even care about Ashiok? Oh, Dirty Datches! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. I think we just take Assassin's Trophy. Draw 2. Oh, land, please? No. Well, that was a little awkward. Pass the turn. Okay, we would have liked to hit something more than that, but that's fine, that's fine. Opponent. Do they draw land? They're going to Thoughtseize back. Sure. Oh, come on, dude. If we draw a Burning Inquiry, you should just win. It's so insane. It's so insane. We can't really Profane Tutor because of the Ashiok, though. A Thoughtseize is good. Oh, we're so close to going off. We're so close to going off. Oh, Ashiok is good against the Tutor. Takes the Rampage. Passes. Discard. Oh! All right. Yes, we will cast Burning Inquiry. We will get a few triggers. We will make 8 mana. We will draw 2 cards. Okay, not bad. Not bad. We will play a Mountain. Play Kroxa. Make you discard. They still do have the Ashiok, though. I'm a little worried about the Ashiok. Discards Pyromancer. We get some zombies. I'll suspend the Tutor. And pass. And a Postscript's it up! Waste Not, what not? Lose not, apparently. Oh, that was super good. That was super good. So I feel pretty strongly that cards would have to be the same. I think the absolute worst case unacceptable outcome would be that cards play differently on Arena than they do in Paper. Could you imagine those changes that we were talking about? Let me pull them up again. These errata changes. Let's what's a good example here? Let's go with Veil of Summer. Let's go with Veil of Summer. Wizards does not want to ban Veil of Summer. So instead they're like, hey, we're going to take and just up the mana cost, which, okay, that's fine. We fixed the card. We made it fairer by making it 2 mana instead of 1. What would be really awkward and horrible, in my opinion, would be if it played differently in Paper. Like, in Paper, they leave it at 1 mana. On Arena, it's 2 mana. What happens when you go to a Paper tournament after you're Arena player? Or what happens if you go back and forth? That would be so awkward. Could you imagine a scenario where, like, decks that do good in Digital are not playable in Paper? Like, you can't actually even play them because the cards are different? That would be the outcome that I would like to avoid the most with all this. Am I excited for my preview card for Forgotten Realms? So, for Forgotten Realms, it's going to be interesting. Forgotten Realms, we don't have a normal spoiler, but we have a commander deck to show off, which I am very excited about. Does the fact that it's historic only change how you feel about it? Oh, I like the event. We're talking hypotheticals about whether Wizards could implement something like this in Magic as a whole. I like the event a lot. I'm excited to try the event and see what the cards are like with the changes. So I'm excited about the event part. Historic is the one format where I think it would be interesting to give a test run and see what happened if erratas were a thing. Like, historic is not a paper format, so you don't have any concerns there. If the cards work differently in historic, sure. I mean, I think I'd actually be okay with that. I think it would mean that historic would never be a paper format, but I already think that historic will never be a paper format, so I don't think you're losing much there. And I think that would make historic very interesting. It would be super interesting. I mean, if Magic was all digital, I would 1,000,000%. Well, that's 2 waste knots. I would 1,000,000% support erratas over bannings. Like, if there was no paper to worry about, there was no commander, there were no people opening packs, any of that stuff, errata away. Like, I think that would be the best solution. This is going to get interesting. Well, swamp and inquisition you. Bone Crusher, Blood Moon. So we take Blood Moon. Opponent plays Bone Crusher. We play Waste Knot. We take 4. We play Waste Knot. Yeah, we'll take the Blood Moon. That Burning Inquiry has me salivating. That Burning Inquiry could do some work. Yeah, Teferi, loyalty, and mana cost went up. There's a Bone Crusher. There's a Croxa. Well, Marsh Flats. I really want 2 black sources. After we got 2 black sources, then a Blood Moon doesn't really matter. Without 2 black sources, it can be a bit annoying. Well, there's a Waste Knot. Next turn could be a good one. All right, opponent. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Untaps. What do they find? 4 mana. Bloodbraid. Spids into a Renin 6. All right. Well, let's see how good this Waste Knot. This is a lot of damage. That was a great draw for our opponent. Opponent goes to combat. Gonna get it to hit us. Yeah. Down to 12. Well, play a Mountain. Play a Waste Knot. Number 2. Burning Inquiry. Zombie. 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 Mana, mana. Huh. Well, that's what we got. Sure. Well, we got some blockers. We got blockers now, at least. That's not bad. About it. Adepts. Bone Crusher, Bloodbraid discarded. Oh, Thingham, can you... Oh, let me see. I pulled it up, but I don't think I really looked at it. Prismatic Vesta, Abode cracks it. Junk Reanimator. So, I think that looks pretty sweet. I'm not sure. I've actually been messing around with something kind of similar as a potential budget deck. I was not super impressed with Stitcher's Supplier. Not super impressed with Stitcher's Supplier. But I think otherwise, it looks like a pretty good setup. That would be my main suggestion. Opponent, Utopia Sprawl. Do they draw something crazy? We're about to find out. All right, combat. Attacks, attacks. Well, we will block, 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 block. Opponent stomps a zombie, sure. Oh my god. Okay. Opponent, all the burn in the west. Plays a Bone Crusher. Well, we will land on red. Croxa. Exile. Make you discard. Ooh, it was a Ren and 6. That's actually kind of good. Ugh, 2 Thought Seizes. That's less good. Well, pass the turn. Save us, Croxa. We need another Burning Inquiry. We need another Inquiry. That's what we're missing. Pwn it. Well, let me see, Zeus. Maybe they just errata historic games and bring back damage on the stack. I would be surprised if we ever saw damage on the stack again. Pwn it. Arbor Elf back out of cards. Goes to combat. Alright. Something good. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Well, now I feel bad about exiling those Burning Inquiries that we top deck this Arcanist. That's awkward. If this ultimates, is it going to beat us? Probably. Marsh Flats. Arcanist. Oh, did we punt by exiling the Burning Inquiries? Maybe we did. Irish Rager! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh. So if we attack, we get hit back for a ton. I guess we could chump with Arcanist. We just need Burning Inquiry. Alright, yeah, we'll pass. We'll pass the turd. Hide behind our Croxa. Hope for Burning Inquiry. About it. Cracks it. 5-ticket Gruul Priest. Ooh, that looks, for being super budget, I like it. Kind of a persist combo. Yeah. I mean, I think that looks solid, Tailspinner. About it. Untaps. Would a digital only set spell the death of MTG? It depends on how it was handled, I think. Let me pull it up, I think a historic only digital only set would be okay. I think that a standard or legal everywhere digital only set would be the opposite of okay. Misty Rainforest. Opponent. Passing. Well, thin the deck. Blood Crypt tapped. Burning Inquiry. Swamp. So opponent's got to have a land in hand. Well, we might as well Inquisition. Oh, this is the other problem with discard decks, is once your opponent does not have any cards in hand, they get a lot worse. And now Ren and 6 can ultimate. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Ooh, Burgeoning Commander. That sounds fun. Apollo. Yeah, Storm is a cool commander archetype. With new cards like Modern Masters, even if they would be like, we plan to reprint these physically, I wouldn't like it. I would not like that either. Alright, well, now our opponent can cast Lightning Bolts from their graveyard whenever they draw land. Which is not good for us. I think we might have punted by exiling the Burning Inquiries. Didn't really think through the possibility of drawing Arcanist. Cooked Ferret! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bobble. Well, play the Bobble. I mean, I guess we just pass. The problem now is, if our opponent draws lands, they beat us, and if they draw non-lands, they beat us. That's like the worst place to get into in a game of Magic, is where no matter what your opponent draws, it kills you. Fury. Well, that doesn't just beat us, but I guess I can kill a blocker. Opponent. We gotta draw Waste Not like this turn, I think. It's gotta be this turn. About it. Yeah, I guess we should have got... Yeah, you're right. We're not Dirty Lurrus players. But yeah, we should have got a Lurrus. About it. Thinking. Goes to combat. Attacks with everything. Block, block. Then they get to Fury. Kill the Croxa. Should you be able to kill emblems? Alright, well, we get 2 looks at it because of the bobble, but opponent kills Croxa. We draw. Nothing, nothing. Yeah, I think this means we're just dead. Croxa. Opponent bolts us. Yeah. Oh, we get mana. Doesn't help us. Down to 3. Yeah. Oh, Planeswalker Emblems. Tough to beat. Tough to beat. Hey, what's up, Fesarius? How are you? Yeah, I kind of feel like we should have emblem removal too. Ooh, awesome, Mr. Orange. Yeah, pretty exciting to get the second vaccine dose and feel like you can start doing stuff again. At least that's how it was for me. Go Legacy and work in Anvil of Bogarden. Anvil of Bogarden. Players have no maximum hand size. Beginning each player's draw step, they draw an additional card and discard a card. Oh, that would be kind of sweet. That could get some triggers. Mr. Healy, our girl, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, what do we want against this deck? Opponent's Gruul Blood Moon. His mana base actually seems to be built in a way that is pretty soft to Blood Moon, unfortunately. That might mean we need to bring in Feed the Swarm, because there is a pretty realistic chance that it could get us. Anger the Gods. Well, Anger might be fine. Bring in Anger. Go down Cold. Well, Go down. Let's go down Voidwalkers. I don't know about the Voidwalkers we added, honestly. Torment and Hailfire good enough for a modern list like this? With Torment and Hailfire, you really need a ton of mana. That's kind of the issue. So probably not. It's just too hard to get the mana going. Did you know there's 2 15 drops in Modern? I did. This is what happened when you really try to force Calibrated Blast. Oh, Calibrated Blast definitely hilarious. I mean, 15 damage, that is a lot. That is a lot if you can get it set up. Congregation of Dawn does seem like a good way to stack the top of the deck. I like it. Well, land and Thought sees you. Wow. Bone Crusher Tron. I'll take Clothis. Play the Bobble. Crack the Bobble. Pray for a land. Opponent drawing a land. We draw. Okay, we draw the land, so Waste Not can come down. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. If Bobble gets banned, what do you think? What do you think Delver decks... Wait, DRC. Wait, DRC, Delver? What does DRC stand for? What do you think DRC... Oh, I think we got to get down the Waste Not first. And then Profane Tutor? Oh, Dragon's Rage Channeler. I see. Is that popular enough it's abbreviated now? um... Well, yeah, let's start the tutor countdown. A little bit greedy, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Opponent cracks Prismatic Vista. I don't know what they would replace it with. There isn't a super obvious replacement. Opponent, Crushy Crusherton. We take down our tutor. We Thoughtseize. Draw a card or make a zombie. I mean, the zombie's going to get got by... Can we beat a board? I guess we got to just draw cards. Draw a card. Oh. Oh. That changes things a smidge. Okay. That we like. Oh, Blood Crypt untapped. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Oh, that's an inquiry for next turn. With 2 Waste Knots. The good times might be rolling. Opponent hits us to 8. A little bit scary, but that's fine. I think. And then I assume they got to kill the Arcanist. Land. Opponent passes. Oh, Profane Tutor. Cast it. Get a Waste Knot. We draw land, which is fine. So, play a Waste Knot. Play Bloodstained Mire. How do we not die? Opponent can burn us for 5. Ooh, this is awkward. Ooh, let me see, Greedy Kilo. Well, no, but we need our opponent to discard. Waste Knot only triggers when our opponent discards, so... Well, I guess we just spin it. Burning Inquiry. Gideon Inquirter, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Well, spin it. So I assume our opponent bolts and then bone crushes. Stomps. Okay. Okay, double stomp. Sure. Wow. All mana. Okay, that's awkward. Wow. 3 Wooded Foothills. That is incredibly unlikely. Well, kill a Bone Crusher. Drop to 5. Burning Inquiry. Okay, that's a little more like it. Draw. Ooh. Zombie. Well, Inquisition you. More lands. Bobble. See what you're top decking. Another land. Okay. That worked. That was a good Waste Knot. That was a good way. Oh, you're right. Ah! I keep forgetting this deck has Luris. You're correct that we should have... I'm gonna get so yelled at. I'm not a dirty Luris player though. I'm not. I'm a innocent, non-Luris dirty player. Opponent. Oh, see, they had Relic of Progenitus anyway, so Luris wasn't gonna do anything. Saved by the relic. Well, let's Burning Inquiry. See what happens. Zombie, 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 zombie. Mana, mana. Ragavan. Alright, that's a lot of zombies. That's good. And then we will Raven's Crime you. What's that last card? And opposed scoops it up. No, Lure. We managed to win, and we managed to do cool things, and we weren't a dirty Lures player. Maybe, I think I figured out. I think we just gotta take Lures out of the deck and play something that's less powerful, so then I won't forget to get Lures, and I won't get yelled at. I think I cracked the code. Pestilent Spirit Historic. Shouldn't you have Raven's Crime first in case they draw into Bolt Burning? I mean, I think the downside is we don't know what we want to spend our mana on, because we're gonna end up with a bunch of new cards in hand. So maybe it's worth doing it that way. Getting the opponent empty-handed is nice. So maybe it's worth it. I was thinking prioritize having our mana available, but the Iname commander deck looks fun, Kilo. Pestilent Volley. Yeah, Pestilent Spirit has the look of a good against odds card. I think the challenge with Pestilent Spirit is it's just very matchup dependent, is what it comes down to. Like, against creature decks, this deck looks insane. Like, Pestilent Spirit, Blazing Volley, get a bunch of triggers with Blood Artist, win the game, amazing, awesome. But then you want to run into, like, creatureless Teferi control, and you just cry. You just cry, and oh, it's so sad. So yeah, it's a card that's amazing in the right matchup, and the deck looks amazing when you're up against creature decks, but it does have the weaker matchups sometimes too. Imagine the mirror match. The mirror match would be ridiculous. Alright, let's run it back. Voidwalker, I think, is at its best against things like Tron. I think that's... I wonder if it's even worth considering not having in the main deck. Like, should it not be a main deck card? I wonder. Well, Lurrus. Revealed. Oh, we're keeping. We're keeping. Show us that land. We got the Waste Not. We got the Burning Inquiry. We got a redraw. We got a Thoughtseize. We've just been doing a good job of naturally drawing our Waste Nots. Would a Jund Coco rather have Turok or Dark Confidant? Average CMC is close to 3. Ooh. Neither one of them seem all that synergistic with... Neither one of them seem all that synergistic to me. So, like, with an average CMC of 3, Bob is going to get painful. But at the same time, Turok you can't kick off of Coco? Grab a Swamp. Thoughtseize you. Get rid of the Seasoned Pyromancer. That's big. Bobble. Take a peek. Please not something devastating. Fury. Sure. Pass the turn. Draw a card. Waste Not in hand, and things are looking good. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. Dylan Hunter for the 23rd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm looking to get back into Modern, and I love or job. What shell do you like? Oh man, it is a tough time to say because everything is just so crazy right now. Everything's so crazy thanks to Modern Horizons that there's like 20 different decks I like. I don't know what's best. It's just like still figuring out. Oh man. Oh, are we gonna? Whoo. Okay, so this might be a bit of a turn. Thought sees. Ravens crime you. Opponent. I assume discards a land. Oh, they discard the Fury. Alright, discard the Fury, we get a zombie. Well, Marsh Flats. Crack Marsh Flats. Get a Blood Crypt untapped. Thought sees you. Another Fury. Another zombie. Burning Inquiry. Land zombie zombie. Raven's Crime. Draw a card. Go to combat. That was a turn. That was a turn. Yeah, feel free to share the Waste Not Discord. Basically, any magic related safe links. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's all coming up. It's all coming up Waste Not at the moment. Zombie, zombie, draw a dawn, dead, dead, dead. Wow. That was spectacular. Oh, that was so good. Wow, that was about as wow. Wow. We picked him apart. That's what we were talking about at the beginning. Like, Waste Not, when you have Waste Not, is so insane. The problem is when you don't have it, it's not insane. Profane Tutor might be the solution though. Like, so far, it seems to be working. It seems to be working. So, in your opinion, is Ragavan going to be more or less expensive in paper, or where it is about now? So, I think looking at the overall numbers in the set EV, which is a good way to get a sense of if prices are stable or still need to drop. But if you look at, let me see if I can pull up card prices here. If you look at the set EV for Modern Horizons 2, it is getting to the point where it's about break even, especially when you consider this is retail prices. Collector boosters, EV 543, 414 to buy. Set boosters, best value 44. Draft boosters 361. When you consider this is retail prices and there's cost to selling your cards, and you're probably going to get less than retail for your cards, I'm not sure that the set has to drop much more in price. It probably will come down a little bit, but I think we've already seen most of the big price drops. So I think that Ragavan, I would be surprised if it went under $50. I think it is very possible that Ragavan is the Renin 6, let's say, of Modern Horizons 2. And Renin 6, I guess it dropped down here a little bit to the 50s, but it has always been $50 to $100. I think that's where Ragavan's going to be. I'm not expecting a big price drop. Unfortunately, I wish we were expecting a big price drop, but do you like Doom Eternal? I have never... Abash, eh? I haven't played Doom... I've never played Doom Eternal. I remember playing Doom a long time ago. Like when I was a kid. But, what is Doom Eternal? Oh, Legacy Band, okay. That explains the price drop. I mean, that's the other thing to consider with our little monkey friend here, which we're about to... Inquisition. But that's the other thing to consider. Actually, today's podcast day, the podcast goes up after we finish the stream. One of the fish mail questions, and I want your opinion, chat, out of Modern Horizons 2, with the options being... I only got a bold anyway. So, out of these three cards, with one being Asmore, with one being Urza Saga, and with one being Ragavan, which do you think is most likely to be banned in the next 6 months? Those are the three options: Asmore, Ragavan, or Urza Saga. I think that's actually an interesting question. That was a fishmail question from today. Saga, 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 Ragavan, Saga, Saga, Saga. Also Babu or Luris. That seems possible to likely. Discard, please. Arcanist. We know they have a bolt, right? We do know they have a bolt. And a fury. Well, pathway on black. Arcanist. Voidwalker. We got the waste knot, we just need the discard. Why is Asmore even considered? So this was just this was a fishmail question. This was a question sent in by a listener. That was kind of my first take too. That I don't think Asmore is on the short list of cards most likely to get banned in the next 6 months. I do think it's a card that could end up getting banned eventually. I think that is okay. Opponent's got all the bolts. Ugh, 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 ugh. Where's our discard? The flood is on. Well, play a tap land. Pass. Oh, we should have got a swamp in case they draw Blood Moon. That would be bad. Opponent. Windswept Heath. Cracks Windswept Heath. Abash time. We got a Luris. We are dirty Luris players. There's Abash. Discard. Ooh. Alright. Alright. Turok. Maybe finally paying off. Let's crack the land first. Marsh Flats. Crack it for a swamp. Who our first Turok sighting? 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick it. Make you discard. Get rid of the Fury. Zombie. Land. Grow Turok. Do we even play Luris? Oh, opponent has one card in hand. Oh, I don't know if we're supposed to play it or not. If we wait till next turn, we can immediately recast something. If we do it now, there's a chance our opponent kills it and we get no value. What is your question, Shadette? I don't think I've seen it. We don't have a bobble at the moment, so we don't have anything to do with it immediately. I think we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Dear sir, I was hoping to watch Chromatic Cube on Arena. Is there any chance you will stream one draft? Ooh. Well, what do you think, chat? Well, today we're playing Modern. For tomorrow's stream, are you interested in Chromatic Cube? We haven't played Arena in a while. Not super interested in playing Standard until we get to the new cards. So, what would you prefer? Do you want to see some Chromatic Cube action, or would you like to stick with Modern? Magus of the Moo. Yeah. Bloodstained Mire. Well, go Luris. We get to play Luris. We get to play Arcanist. We go to combat. We attack with Turok. Hit ya. Pass the turn. I mean, I've been having an absolute blast playing Modern. I mean, we're definitely going to play... Cube sound fun. Modern is so much fun. The Cube is great. Could get behind Cube. Not a big fan of Cube. Ugh. Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I do know that our primary focus for the next while, until Forgotten Realms comes out, is going to be... Nothing good to flash back. Well, I guess we just get a Voidwalker. Shadow may be coming through. Play the land. No attacks this turn. Voidwalker? Come on, Voidwalker. Opponent. What do they find? Utopia Sprawl. Sure. I mean, Burning Inquiry is a dream. If we Burning Inquiry, we get to do it twice because of Dreadhorde Arcanist, and we should just win. Lightning Bolt. Alright, well, go to combat. Attack, attack. Yeah, that's fine. Attack, attack. Opponent. It might have been better to just bolt our opponent's face or double bolt Dolores. I mean, I think we're in ridiculously good shape regardless. Opponent going to block. Sure. Well, we will bolt the Abash. Play a Voidwalker. And opponent needs a top deck, or they are dead, dead, dead. Opponent. Question about budget magic. Do you prioritize? Alright, I'm looking, Jank Jesus. I will try to answer. Opponent, pass. Ooh. 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 That's a lot of mana. Titania. Okay. Titania seems a little awkward in a Blood Moon deck. Well, our opponent's still just dead, though, right? Untap. Waste not. Well, no reason to waste it. Play the waste not. Go to combat. Swing, swing, swing. Arcanist. Wow, Shadow. This is a Shadow win. We actually just straight up won by Shadow Beads. Oh, opponent, dead, dead, dead. Do you prioritize online or paper pricing? So the general rule for budget magic is, we didn't go into stream mode, and we're like an hour into the stream. Oh wait, that's not exactly it. So the rule for budget magic is generally under $100 in paper. That is the goal. Under $100 in paper. And that, so I would say paper is prioritized. Usually under $100 in paper means the deck is even cheaper online. In the past, years ago, I really focused on Magic Online prices, keeping it under $100. But then I realized if it's under $100 in paper, it is 99% of the time going to be, $50 or $20 on Magic Online. Do you ever do viewer lists for it? So on occasion, it's mostly lists that I build, but occasionally do play viewer lists or other decks that happen to be budget friendly. How do you feel about the Saffron Olive effect? Definitely dislike it. I mean, on one hand, it's like super flattering. It's super flattering. Oh, yeah, the infinite Black Lotus against odds was super fun. Good to see you, Rogue Biologist. So on one hand, it's flattering because it means people actually are watching my videos. So that part, I guess I kind of like, because there's no way prices are going to spike if no one's watching the videos to begin with. So from that perspective, it's kind of a good thing. We're going to take out our hero, I guess. On the other hand, the whole point of budget magic is to make cheap decks. Decks that anyone can play, that are accessible to people that don't have a lot of money. And when you make a budget deck and then it spikes in price, it kind of defeats the purpose. It's something that the Saffron Olive effect is something that was more of an issue a few years ago. Magic content's gotten a lot bigger, and I think the biggest change is Standard has moved to Arena, so now there's Arena and Magic Online instead of just Magic Online. But before Arena, when I first started doing Magic Online, there was actually a pretty big problem where I do a budget Magic deck that costs $15 on Magic Online, and within a few hours or minutes of it being released, it would end up doubling or tripling in price, and then wouldn't be. Oh, wow. It's kind of spicy. It would end up doubling or tripling in price, which, of course, just like defeats the entire purpose of making a budget deck. Now we also have the command zone effect. You see that with. Hey, what's up, Winter Milan? Good to see you. You see that with command zone videos too, with Commander. That happens fairly regularly. Well, we will. 2 Glory Bringers. Well, let's play Voidwalker. I think our goal is to try to steal a. I wish we had a Waste Not. I think our goal is going to be to steal a Glory Bringer, maybe. Definitely worried about Glory Bringers. That dodges Lightning Bolt and Fatal Push. That could be a big issue for our deck. Opponent. Don't kill the Voidwalker. We need it. We can't beat double Glory Bringer. Ashes started to spike when Grist was revealed. Everyone kind of caught on to it. Yeah, Ashes of the Fallen. I think that's a combined effort, I would say. The Snapcaster Pump will always be my favorite Seth fail. Oh, I got some good ones. There are many. too many to count as far as puds. Do you see Modern becoming legacy with its current prices? I need to do another article on the current prices of Modern. That's something on my that's something on my to-do list. Oh. Ha. How do we do this? So we can play Profane Tutor. We can't let the Glory Bringers come down. The Glory Bringers beat us. They beat us. We can't let that happen. I would like to Profane Tutor. If we're gonna Burning Inquiry, do we Raven's Crime first? All right. You know what? Let's spin it to win it. Did you draw a Bolt? Okay. That's not the worst. Thoughtseize. Okay. We're getting through the Glory Bringers. Hey, Seth. Hope you're staying cool. Oh, my God. I am not staying cool. It's so hot and humid. Even in my apartment, it's so ridiculously hot and humid. Oh, this I think is the hottest it's been all year in New York. Oh, my goodness. Brutal. All right, here comes the Thoughtseize. I'm doing my best, but, opponent. Endurance. Sure. This is actually fine. We take the Glory Bringer. We play Castle Lockwane. Voidwalker. Fancy Glory Bringer. Play it. Attack Exert. Our Voidwalker's paying off. We got through double Glory Bringers somehow. Yeah, it's like 95 here, but also incredibly humid. And also I'm used to New York weather, so it feels ridiculously hot. It feels ridiculously hot to me. The humidity has so much to do with it, I have found. Yeah, let's play Arcanist. And About it. Land. Oh, if they play Abash, we got the blowout still. If they play Abash, we get to just bolt it down. Wow. I'm surprised we might be beating this hand. Ooh, Fury. Okay. Well, that can kill the Glorybringer. Sure. Opponent passing. Ooh. Alright. Alright. Play a Waste Knot. Lightning Bolt. The Fury. Go to combat. Attack you. Thoughtseize you. Old Border. Take the Abash. Get a zombie. Hit ya. Wow, the deck's working! Maybe Waste Knot's actually good now. Maybe it's actually good. Do you get the Four Seasons where you are? Yeah. Upstate New York gets the Four Seasons pretty heavily. That's probably not the right term for it. But yeah, we definitely have the Four Seasons. Go to combat. Attack ya. Flashback a Fatal Push. Boy, Arcanist is kind of insane. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Opponent down to 9. Untaps. Needs a really good draw. What do you find, opponent? What do you find? Just a land. We will answer by Castle Lockwain. Draw a card. Feed the Swarm just in case. We untap. Play the land. Go to combat. Hit ya again. Flashback the Lightning Bolt. Hit your face. Down to 6. Down to 3. The clock is ticking. I think we're going to spin for a Lightning Bolt. We're going to spin. We're greedy. We're super greedy. Lightning Bolt for the win right now? No. All right. All right, opponent. Better be something good. Opponent. Kiora. Not good enough. Doesn't do anything. Untaps Arcanist. And the GGs are here. And the kids are eating already. 3 in a row. It has not been always smooth and easy, but that's 3 wins in a row. That's 3 wins in a row. Oh, we have Luris, right? What's a Luris? Luris. What is that? What is the actual weather here? I should look up the actual weather. I was telling you before I was working on getting a house possibly. It is. Wait, where's the current temperature? All right, so as of right now, it is 91 degrees, 78% humidity, I believe. Yeah, so it's brutal. It's brutal. 115. Wow. Is it actually 115 or it feels like 115? How have you been finding Unholy Heat here in Modern? We only have 1 in this deck, but it's very strong. Any developments on the doggo? So I need the house first. It's house and then doggo. Although, small doggo update. Oh, you actually grew up in upstate? Interesting. So, the house that okay, so I told you before, I went for a house and I didn't end up getting it. So I've been looking to try to find another one. There's another one. We played Green and White Enchantment a week ago maybe, but yeah, Enchantress is sweet. I would revisit it. So there's another one. I'm trying to figure out if I should try to buy it or not. It's one of those weird things where I've been trying to find something kind of specific, I'm up Finger Lakes, upstate, but I've been trying to find a place that's kind of outside of a town and not in a town, kind of by itself. That's kind of what my main goal has been. But it's very hard to find places like that. Yeah, I've made offers on a couple of houses so far. So far, I've not actually won any of them. But the one that the most recent one I've been thinking about is like in a town, which I'm trying to figure out if that's a deal breaker, because it wasn't what I was initially looking for. That sounds fine. Always not would make this hand insane. Well, we will keep. Let's keep the good times rolling. Also, a super quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them all over at cardkingdom.com. They're pretty awesome like that. All right, Serum Visions for our opponent. Off a Shivan Reef Storming, maybe? Some sort of Blue Moon deck. Nom is a first-time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Bloodstained Mire. Crack Bloodstained Mire. G'day. Oh! How many of you have listened to the new Mountain Goats album? Taxes in your town went up 40%? Jeez. Ugh. That's ridiculous. Oh, it is Storm. Double gifts. Jeez, okay. That's a hand with a lot of good things in it. What do we do about this? So gifts beats us. Remand annoys us. Sleight of hand gets them. They left 2 cards on top, so they must have put 2 lands on top. Hey, I'm doing well, Castleman Bunk. How are you? You have Dream for a gift. Wait, how does Dream deal with gift? What do we do? Oh, I live like in the not much smaller than Syracuse and Rochester. I live in the pretty like rural area of upstate New York. I think we take. Well, this is going to cantrip anyway. They're going to remand our Croxa. Worst case is what? Land Ritual. Yeah, none of this is good. I don't know. Yeah, I think we take remand so we can Croxa, or maybe we draw something better. That's a hand that's full of action, though. You would like to think that discard would beat Storm, but I'm not sure that it will. We'll see. Have you ever heard of Speculator? No. What is Speculator? Oh, I was gonna say you should listen to the new Mountain Goats album. I was actually like very, very blown away. Like, I like the Mountain Goats anyway, but I think that their new album that just dropped is maybe their best one in recent years. Like, it's really, really, really good. Am I a wizard? I think officially. We are playing Magic, so I think officially that does make us a wizard. Yeah, they've put out so many albums recently. I think they put out 3 in the last year. What is the name of the new one? Mountain Goats. The new album is called Dark in Here. Alright, opponent passes. Voidwalker, not great against Storm. We have a new donation from Keegs. Can they win this turn? Hopefully not. Ugh. Yeah, alright. Arcanist, go. Please don't kill us. Keegs, $2.22 donation. Hey, Seth, I really want to start playing Modern on Moto, but I understand the rental service. Can you help explain those a little bit? Thanks in advance. Well, Keegs, I can definitely help with that. And I have used rental services for a while now, so I have a lot of experience about him. Yeah, Mountain Goats is a Magic player. Magic player in music. I think I'm hoping I'm gonna get to go. I've been talking to him a little bit, and maybe get to go see him in a couple of months. Belvop, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super here. Thank you. Maybe. I don't think they can combo this turn. Oh, well, we'll see. With Brawl, maybe they can. I was thinking they wouldn't be able to combo this turn. Next turn, we can Arcanist. Oh, they're just going to empty. All right. Well, we might be able to beat this. That's actually not as scary as I thought. All right. So we will Black Cleave Glyphs. Opponent's got 2 gifts in hand. We will Fatal Push. The Brawl. Fatal Push the Brawl. Kill it. Oh, how do we get out of this? I've seen the Mountain go 6 times. You never miss them if you can play Magic with John. Yeah, no, I've been talking to John. They're playing at Woodstock in September, and I think I'm gonna be able to go and watch the show, and then we're gonna do some Magic. I don't know. How is anyone here somehow randomly out of the 1,200 people that are in here? Is anyone familiar with the Woodstock area Magic scene? I don't know if there's any Magic shops or anything there, but we were talking about it, and I wanted to go see the show, and he was like, well, I should do a draft or something. So I was gonna see if I could set up something as far as a little music and Magic. That would be super fun. Huh. Well, I think we play Voidwalker this turn. Oh, Bodits. I'm not familiar all with Western New York. I mean, Woodstock's not near me. That's why I'm not very familiar with it. I think Woodstock is 3.5 hours. It's actually way more down towards New York City and way more south than I am. There's gotta be a store in the Woodstock area. Have not been through Woodstock, but I passed through. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a ton that goes on in Woodstock since the 60s. That's quite a distance to travel. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the cost of living in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York is if you want to go to see fun shows or anything, every once in a while there's something that's in Syracuse or Rochester or Buffalo, but for the most part you got to drive downstate, and New York's big. It takes a while to actually drive across it. Opponents lost connection. POW cards in everyday Magic. Oh, thank you, Stone Reigns. I will look them up and see, because that would be super cool. Yeah, and that's just New York. I'm always surprised at how small other places are. That's what always shocks me, because I'm used to living in the U.S., so I'm used to thinking everything is just super far away. Just Goldfish, Richard and Krim are in California. I'm in New York. Just our Goldfish crew is 3,000 miles apart from each other. And that doesn't, I guess Tomer's closer to me up in Canada. But I always just assume that everyone's like that. And I forget that in Europe, you can get from country to country, everything's small and packed together, and you can get across the entire country in not that long. Or one of my brothers went to Puerto Rico recently. I was like, yeah, you can drive across it in a couple of hours. I'm like, it's got to be so different where the place that you live is just, the U.S. is so big, and other places It seemed like you could get to everything a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, that's the upside of being on the internet, is even though we all live super far apart, we still get to connect constantly. No attacks. What's the best email to reach you at? Oh, K Jazzerman. I can get you with the. You can email me, saffronl@mtggoldfish.com. I just got distracted. I can answer the question. I just got distracted on other topics. Another Voidwalker. Well, I think we got to spin it to win it here. We're hoping we hold on to this Dream Salvage, but Burning Inquiry. Spin it to win it. Please do not discard Dream Salvage. Okay, we discard the Dream Salvage. Opponent discards. Ah! They still have the two. Oh, no. They got exiled. Gifts and 2 lands, so they still have a gifts. Go to combat. Attack. So we can flash back the Dream Salvage. To draw some cards for free. Nobody! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Yes, we would like to... Wait, I gotta target them. Draw cards equal the number of cards target opponent discarded. Alright. Yes, Ancestral Recall, please. Ugh, the worst Ancestral Recall. Like, by far. Oi. Okay. Opponent goes to 13. Well, we will... Croxa you. Oh, that was the worst draw 3 ever. Dr. Shandor, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Opponent. Discards. Steam Vents. We know they're casting the gifts. Well, Blackleaf Cliffs. Go. All right, opponent. What do you got? So, hey, thank you, Jazzman. The answer to the question about loan programs, because I think this is probably important to other people too. Basically how loan programs work, and I'm sorry I keep getting distracted, but basically how they work, and they are super awesome, is I'm going to talk about Card Hoarder in specific. I think Mana Traders is similar, but I've never used Mana Traders. That's the other big one. So basically, you get to choose what ticket amount of cards you want your loan program to be for. So if you look at card prices, if you just go to like the metagame page on mtggoldfish.com, you can see the Moto prices. Standard things are what, 100 or 200 tickets, and less 50 to, let's say, a maximum of 200 tickets. Pioneer, you're looking at 100 up to maybe a high of 400 for really expensive decks, but most are 1 to 200. Modern, thanks to Modern Horizons, is really high right now for a lot of them, but still 200, 200, 2 to 300, some like $600, $700 ticket decks, and Legacy is actually right around the same prices as Modern, like, you know, up to 900 with a lot in the 500 range. So essentially, let's say you wanted, I don't know. Let's say you want to play Pioneer. Let's go with a cheaper example. You want to play Pioneer. You look at these prices. You're like, I can play most decks in Pioneer for, let's say, 200 ticks. And I can play every tier deck except Niv Delight. So you get a 200 tick loan account. Opponent scoops it up, by the way. You get a 200 tick loan account. And what that means is you can borrow at any time up to 200 ticks. A tick is $1 worth of cards. So what this means in practice is you're like, what deck looks interesting to me today? I'm kind of feeling some spirits. So you find a spirit deck list you like. You rent it from Card Hoarder, buy it from Card Hoarder. You play the Spirit deck through a league. You're like, okay, that was pretty cool, but not exactly what I was looking for. You return the cards with a click of a button. They take the cards back. You have that 200 ticks again. So you're like, all right, what do I want to use now? How about Collected Company, Green White Company? Let's give that a shot. So you do the same process. You have your 200 ticks back, so you buy the deck for the week or rent the deck for a day or a week from Card Order. You play it, then you switch it back. And those prices are actually pretty cheap. It's 3%, I believe, of your loan account value. So you can see the price listed down here. For 200 ticks, it's about $5 a week you end up paying. If you're gonna pay $1,000 modern deck, that's where it becomes a little bit more pricey. Hopefully prices continue to come down. What's like Crashing Footfalls is $875. That jumps you up to $18 a week. So that's when it gets a little expensive. But if you're in that like 200 tick range, also they offer a free 5-ticket loan program, which is actually kind of insane. 5 tickets is not going to let you play tier modern or anything, obviously, but 5 tickets does go a long way to play formats like Pauper. You can play a lot of commander decks, so there is a lot that you can actually do with 5 tickets. But that's the basic system. You choose a dollar amount that you want. You pay 3% of that a week. You can also, with Card Hoarder, you can pause it at any time. So if you're going to go away on vacation for a couple of weeks, you don't got to pay for those weeks. You just return your cards, and then you can pause it and not pay that percentage while you're away. But I love it. I think it's revolutionized Magic Online. It is a huge deal. I will say there are some situations where it's actually not that great. The situations where it's not that great is if you only want one deck. If you only want a single deck, Elf with the gift sub to Barbell Boa. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. The situation where it's not that great is if you're someone who's only going to play one deck. If you're only going to play one deck and that's all you care about, you're better off just buying the deck, even though it's more upfront. So let's say you are an Amulet Titan player, and you know that all you're going to do is play Amulet Titan on repeat for the next year. You're better off spending $273 in buying the deck than paying 3% a week over the long run. The upside of the loan programs is the flexibility. The play this deck for a day, like I do. I play like 7 to 10 different decks a week. My loan balance is $1,500, which is way more than the average person would need, but Aaron G. Carp, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Yeah, so mine is super. This guy's not very good, is it? Mine is super high end as far as the loan amount. About it. Yeah, we've kind of been crushing with this deck somehow. Shivan Reef. Yeah. Serum Visions. Sure. The Surgical could be a blowout if we get the tick right. Yeah, I mean, and you can do a lot as far as playing for free with a 5-tick. You're not going to get the top tier decks, but you can. The other thing that's just amazing about Magic Online is the card prices. When it comes down to it, like, the best, most competitive cards are still expensive. That is, I guess, the drawback. So, like, the Teferis and Uros, especially cards that are playable in Modern or Legacy, those cards are... That's a lot of rituals. Oh, he might just be straight up dead. I'll take Manamorphose. Bobble. Yikes. That is a lot of rituals that we do not have an answer for. But a lot of cards are incredibly cheap. Cards that are... Sylvan Library is like $50 a paper. It is like a penny on Magic Online. So outside of the few like top-end cards for constructed formats... Oh, it's just a land. Okay. Outside of a few top-end cards for constructed formats, you can actually do a lot with a little on Magic Online. Opponent passing. Alright, we get to draw 2. Card 1. Raven's Crime. Ha. Alright, well, we will Blackcleave Cliffs. Play Blackcleave Cliffs. Raven's Crime you. I really want to surgical these desperate rituals because it would be hilarious. Opponent might discard one. I don't think they need that many. Opponent. Oh, do we do it? 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 We probably just do it. It is like a 3-for-1, isn't it? All right. Yeah, let's get in on the extraction. What a blowout. Repeal and land in hand. We get a peek at the deck, see what answers our opponent has. Ooh, 2 Arias, 3 Burals, 2 Empty of the Warrens, 3 Electromancers. Yeah, pretty typical Storm stuff. Okay. Exile, 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 exile. They're all exiled? Alright. Opponent's down to a repeal. Alright, that was not bad. Well, I'm actually... we want to get the Luris. Alright, pass the turn. We want the Luris Bobble combo if we don't do anything else. Alright. Alright, that was real good. Opponent. Fiery Islet. You thought we should have thought seized the ritual? Yeah, maybe. Ooh, that is probably our opponent's one of their best draws. Gets to refuel. Past in Flames. Alright, that is frightening. Ooh, that's a top deck. That is a top deck. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying random. Luris? I'm just saying random letters. Ignore me. Ignore me. I have no idea what that is. I don't see a Luris anywhere. What are you talking about? Oh, this week for Against the Odds in a couple days, we got Ooze. we got Ooze. We got Abe Progenitor Ooze. Gonna try to do some Ooze storming. I'm actually Ooh. All right, so they take Past in Flames and Ritual. That's not ideal. We draw a Bobble. Well, we play the Bobble. So Ritual, land Ritual. Let's crack the Bobble, see what they're drawing. Oh! That's not good for us. That's not good for us at all. Okay. That means we can't even get Luris. Yeah, the podcast goes up after the stream, so basically, ooh, there's our Waste Knot. So basically within the next hour or so, we'll finish our league, and then podcast is next on my agenda for the day. Yeah, I'm excited for the Ooze Storm to see how good it is. When is Against the Odds on MTGA with Darksteel Reactor happening? It's been on the poll a few times, but it hasn't won. We played it in Modern a long time ago, but we haven't played it in Arena formats yet. Yeah, I think our plan is so we can Fatal Push the Electromancer with the Ritual on the stack, which I think means our opponent can't combo this turn. And then we Waste Not Burning Inquiry and see what happens. Oh. Interesting. So our opponent's going to leave up Repeal. Alright. Well, we will. Do we even play it? We know it's getting repealed. Cold Shoulder! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got Voidwalkers. We added them right before he started. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of letting our opponent draw a card off it. That's the issue. Well, we will pass the turn. The repealing of the waste is not devastating, but our opponent getting an extra card is frightening. We could use a discard spell. All right, here comes the repeal. Sure. Opponent untaps. Yeah, I mean, I guess we gotta do something. Obviously, this deck is incomplete because we need another venture card, but I'm trying to find a way to best turbo through dungeons, actually use dungeons well. Ooh. Yeah, we need so much more information about dungeons. It's like it's so hard to even evaluate the mechanic at this point. But I mean, that seems like might want some dual lands, but that seems like a pretty reasonable story. Oh, is this a? Yeah, maybe you can get by with no dual lands. Huh. Seems like a cool take on it. I think that there's going to be several good venture cards, and they're going to be busted, and the mechanic's going to be busted. It's going to be interesting to see how they implement it on Arena and Magic Online. What are the odds that it works on Magic Online? Seth, tomorrow is the start of Forgotten Realms preview season. Do you think the fatigue of perpetual spoiler hype is sinking in? Sort of. I think... So I like new cards, and I like talking about new cards. It's one of my favorite things in Magic. So there are many good things, and it's also good for content to have new things to talk about. So there's a lot of upsides. I will say that this time in particular, it's a little disappointing because I feel like we haven't even got to completely explore Modern Horizons 2. And Modern Horizons 2 is the card that I've been most excited about this entire year. Like, Modern Horizons 2 is the card. Or the set. Oh, they're doing no. Wow! Whoo! Wow. Our opponent drew all their remaining rituals, and, well, we'll see what they can do. Here comes the Past in Flames. Wow. After getting their Desperate Ritual extracted, they drew 2 Pyretic Rituals. Yikes. So that's my main disappointment. Like, I'm glad we got new cards, and I like a relatively fast release schedule, but it feels like I would be down to have another, a couple of weeks of, at least, of just being able to focus on Modern Horizons 2 because of how awesome it is. And just, like, focus on Modern Horizons 2, play more sweet Modern decks, and then have, D&D spoilers in another month or something. So I feel like it's happened pretty quickly, but like I said, I like spoilers, so I'm not gonna complain too much, even though it does feel a little quick this time. We haven't got to play Braids yet. There's still, like, Karth is something that it was kind of a sleeper. There's so many cool decks still that we haven't played, so there's so much more to do in so little time, because we start spoiler season, then it's spoilers every day, then it's top 10 videos, then it's what can we do in Standard, what can we do in Historic, what can we do in, whatever with the new Forgotten Realms card, so it goes so fast. Do you like spoilers on cars? What is a spoiler? I might be the most oblivious person when it comes to cars. I don't think I could tell you what the brand of my car is. For me, a car is about getting someplace. That's it. I don't know brands. I don't care about how how expensive they are, how they work. Like, I just want to get someplace. Yeah, it's kind of especially now, it's kind of a bummer to have to cut down on some streams just because it's still super hyped Modern Horizons 2 time. Like, everyone's like, I'm still so hyped about Modern Horizons 2. So it's a little disappointing to have to trim back on streams right now, but yeah, I mean, It's what you gotta do. Spoilers are calling. Opponent opting. Can they win here? So they've pretty much done their thing. They're out of blue mana. Did they find another Manamorphose? They left a card on top. Grape Shot's not lethal. Alright. What do you got, opponent? What do you got? Grape Shot, not lethal. Ronald Grinder, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Well, opponent stormed. They didn't kill us, but they did storm. Down to 2. All right. So, how do we get out of this? What is our plan? We can't empty our opponent's hand yet. So I think we gotta... Yeah, we won game 1. Yeah, we don't storm off that much. Well, you get to play a Waste Not. Burning Inquiry. Wow. Okay, big draw. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Not great. Well, Raven's Crime. Make you discard. Opponent. Gifts ungiven. We draw land. Okay, Inquisition. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's an empty the warrants! Oh, that was awkward. Opponent untaps. They're just gonna empty 2 goblins, aren't they? And we're not gonna be able to beat them. Opponent. Tapping mana. Yeah, here it comes. Can we beat 2 1/1 goblin tokens? I'm not convinced the answer is yes at the moment. Voidwalker doesn't help. Burning Inquiry. They don't really have many creatures, so it's going to be hard to make too many zombies. Mana. Oh no. We discarded both other Burning Inquiries? Okay, Nile Spellbomb. Land. Mana. Oh, we really want another Burning Inquiry. Okay, okay, staying alive, barely, sort of, kind of. This is so close. Oh yeah, we don't have life gain. So we can wipe our opponent's graveyard. Oh, we really want to keep one of those Burning Inquiries. Awkward. Well, Nile Spellbomb. Crack it. Draw a card. Exile your graveyard. Surgical. Okay. Not gonna do it. About it. Thinking. I don't think we want... What would we surgical ourselves for? So we can bolt a goblin, but then we still need a... We still need an answer, and we do not have one. About it. guess you could have surgical for mana on the grape shots with exile on the stack to lower their outs. Yeah, we could have, I guess. Well, pass the turn. I mean, I guess we just bolt. There's not really a reason to let them draw a counter and then we lose. Bolt a goblin. Staying alive. Donos for the 40th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. About it. Cracks draws. Can we beat a goblin? About it. Maybe we do have to surgical ourselves to increase our odds of drawing something relevant. Hits us. Down to 1. We can't thought seize. Oh no, did they draw a creature? Lundy Vision. Sure. About it. They've already seen surgical. So we don't got to worry about them seeing it. We got to draw a blocker. A removal spell or a blocker. Or we're dead. What did they get? Okay, Serum Visions. Well, I mean, we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. We have this sad if this was a real demonic tutor, we'd be in such good shape, but... All right. Yeah, opponent is getting low on time. That's true. We will surgical. Get rid of... What is most beneficial? Voidwalker? That gets rid of 2. Yeah, alright. Surgical away the Voidwalkers. Alright, what can we draw that wins us this game? Arcanist blocks. Croxa doesn't. Alright, exile Voidwalkers. So I think we really need to draw an Arcanist, basically. Oh, that's an Arcanist. Interesting. Well, we will Ravenscrime. That was not bad. That was not a bad draw. Ravenscrime. Discard Bloodstained Mire. Make you discard. Ooh. Wow, we got a zombie. Okay. Oh. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. Alright. Alright. The game continues. Maybe we won't die to a zombie. Arcanist. Zombie. What did they put on top of their deck, though? Both to the bottom. If we get to attack with this Arcanist, sleight of hand. Opponent's digging. Trying to find the win. Can they find it? They grab something. If we can attack with the Arcanist, we get to trigger Waste Not again. About it. Thinking hard. That's a good sign. I think it means we're not immediately dead, at least. What a ridiculous game. You're hoping for a grape shot? Yeah, Arcanist was about as much as we could hope for there. How many grape shots do they have in their deck? 2? Yeah, I mean, I guess grape shot would be lethal. Opt. To the bottom. And are we dead? Looks like. Manamorphose. Redraw. Adds mana. Oh my goodness, what do they find? Come on, hit a land. Hit a land. Oh. Ooh, opponent passes. Okay, 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 staying alive. We draw an Arcanist. We will play the Arcanist. Go to combat. Attack with the Arcanist. Do we attack with the zombie? Attack with the Arcanist. Burning Inquiry. Unfortunately, this is making mana at a less than ideal time. Mana, zombie, card draw. Alright. Opponent takes it. Mana goes away. We will Raven's Crime. Discard Bloodstained Mire. Get some mana. Blackleaf Cliffs. Go. This game is ridiculous. We never had a chance to get Lurus that turn. How are we supposed to get the Lurus? Oh, just like not do anything else? I mean, we could not have emptied our opponent's hand and just got Lurus instead. Well, go to combat. Do some attacking. Wow, we might win this. Ice Cream Lesbian for the 6th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super tier for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Arcanist. Is there anything we can Profane Tutor for that's actually good? Or are we just Burning Inquiry the whole way? Yeah, Burning Inquiry. Burning Inquiry. Yes, we will cast it. Mana. Draw, draw. Next, Inquiry. Draw, draw, draw. Wow, all the lands. So I'm pretty sure you can only get this, yeah, as a sorcery. So we can't use our mana on that. Opponent takes the hit. Wow, there's still a Grape Shot in their deck, and we're still at 1. That is scary. Get the Lurus. Play the Swab. Oh my goodness. No Grape Shots. No Grape Shots. Opponent attempts. And combat. Passing. Okay. Well, we will Raven's Crime you. Discard a fetch land. Wow, Aria of Flame. Opponent knew they couldn't cast it. We draw a Mountain. We play Lurus. We play the land on black. What a game. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Dreadhorde Arcanist. We still can't surgical the Grape Shot. Well, let's Lightning Bolt, Dreadhorde Arcanist, Burning Inquiry. Burning Inquiry, trigger. It's still in the deck. It's still in the deck. Zombie mana. Oh no. So we get a zombie. Lightning Bolt. Hit our opponent's face. They gotta chump with the zombie. Oh wait, Fatal Push? For lethal? Oh, we overcame! Wow! Wow! What a game! What a game! Wow! I cannot believe that we won that. Oh, 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 that was a ridiculous game. We're 4-0 with Waste Not. Oh no. That means this is for the 5-0. This is for the 5-0. With Waste Not, the dream is alive. The kids already got a meal. Can they get the feast before the podcast goes up? Come on. Come on. One more. Boy, that was a tense game. That game was tense. Like, there were several turns where if our opponent top decked the right thing, we were dead. I do think that maybe we should have surgical the grape shot. That's possible. Should have paid closer attention to how many grape shots they had in their deck, I guess. I think getting rid of their graveyard was correct. Whether or not we should have surgical to the other grape shot, the answer might be yes. What else do they have in their deck? You also swung with all but one creature, which left you dead to repeal. Did we not have a Fatal Push or a Bolt? I felt like we always had protection, where our opponent would have needed two things. I tried to keep it. I tried to keep the attacks, unless I messed up on one of them, but I tried to keep it so he wouldn't lose to a single repeal. Don't like Tutor in the deck. I mean, Tutor looked awkward there, but it is a good way to get our Waste Nots in the early game, which is the big upside. Well, all right, Lurrus, which we will forget about, I'm sure. Could use Waste Not. But this hand's fine. We got removal. We got a Arcanist to try to snowball. We'll keep it. Profane is like dead 80% of the time. I mean, it was very dead that game, but Arcanist flashing it back. Like, here's the thing. When it comes down to it, we talked about this earlier at the beginning of the stream, but basically, the problem with Waste Not is not that it's not good enough, is that there's not enough of them. And if you build your deck completely around it, you end up running the risk of just not finding it, and then your deck doesn't do anything. So I feel like in this case, Profane Tutor is probably like a necessary evil, in the sense that it's additional copies of the card that we need to be able to win the game. Well, let's see what they're doing. Oh, it's Merfolk. Ew. Okay. Huh. I have no idea if this is good or bad. Was not expecting to face Merfolk in the 5-win bracket. Boat it. Or the 4-win bracket. Tide Shaper. Sure. Now we get to draw a card. Wait, it's not? Profane Tutor. Even this is kind of awkward. Like, we want a Profane Tutor, but we also want to advance our board. Should have left up Bolt on turn 1. Well, I mean, normally Basic Island Go is control, so I thought that the odds of us needing Bolt were going to be very small, but it ended up that we could have used it. Yeah, I think we just Arcanist. Go. Does Fish play Remand? I think they typically have Force of Negation. And then they probably have Merfolk as their removal, like Tidebinders and Tricksters and whatnot. Yeah, I think the other thing is we can potentially discard this Profane Tutor to Burning Inquiry, and then we can just flash it back and get Waste Not. Mutavault. About it. Master of the Pearl Trident. Well, the question's going to be, do they have Force of Negation? That's the real question. Poda gets it, hits us. If they don't have Force of Negation, this turn's going to be pretty wonderful. Down to 17. We untap. Another Tutor. Well, Bloodstained Mire. Actually, oh, all right. Please, no Force Negation. That is probably the determining factor as to whether we win or lose this game. Lightning Bolt, no Force Negation. No force. Please. I don't like this delay. Well, I mean, we're getting both. If it resolves, we're killing both, because then we get to flash it back with Arcanist. And this turns on our Blood Crypt. Or it gets Force Negation, then we don't get any of them, because it exiles, and then we're in a pretty rough spot. Opponent. Okay. Force Negation. Yeah. That's not great. Well, now I think we have to Burning Inquiry. Mountain. Burning Inquiry. Try to discard something for our Arcanist. Well, we get a Tutor, I guess. Opponent 2 lands in an Ether Vial. Oh, we got rid of all their bad cards for him. I'll go attacking. Flashback the Tutor. Well, this gives us some amount of hope. CNY Damas! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. Yeah, we can't bolt because of this Tide Shaper. It's so bad. All right, now we get to see Profane Tutor doing things at least. Profane Tutor. Take. The Q choice is Dream Salvage. Wow. Do we take Dream Salvage and just draw 3? We can actually cast it this turn. Oh, yeah? All right. Let's take advantage of the island. Oh, I mean, how can you pass up an Ancestral Recall? One of the most broken cards in the history of Magic. How can we pass up a 1-mana draw 3? Well, we found the Fatal Push for next turn. All right, we're staying alive-ish. Maybe. Sort of. Depending on what else our opponent has. Opponent blocks with the Master of the Pearl Trident. All right, no more lords. No more lords, please. Pass the turn. No more lords, no more counters, and maybe we can stabilize. Opponent untaps. 3 cards in hand. I wish we had not made our opponent discard all their mana that was doing nothing. I think we really helped them with our Burning Inquiry. Opponent, Glasspool Mimic. All right. Yeah. Maybe, though. Maybe. Maybe we got a shot here. If they have another Force Negation blue card, we're dead, but... Unless they... Oh, watch... Oh, if we drew him into that, that would be so bad. Opponent passes. Well, Pathway on black. Fatal Push. Okay. Go to combat. Hit you with the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Flashback Fatal Push. Kill the Lord. Opponent takes it. Oh, oh, this is still close. Do we? Command now? That's the question. Do we command or do we try to wait for something better? But Kolaghan's command. 2 damage. Target player discards. All right. Well, we wrapped the board. Got rid of the lords. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. We are down to 9. We are out of removal, but we dealt with the immediate threat, and we get our mana back finally. This being an island actually was kind of annoying us. Yeah, it actually was better than a Wrath. We get to keep our Arcanist. I guess a Waste Now would be fine. We got the Burning Inquiry in our graveyard. Alright, opponent discards. Wow, what is there? It must be Savulin or whatever. What is their last card if they're discarding Lord of Atlantis? Oh, another Mutavault. Ooh, so that's a good one. And fires it up. Goes to combat. Attacks. Yeah. Down to 7. Another Voidwalker. Well, 1, 2. Croxa. Get rid of the last card. Go to combat. Attack you. Flashback. Let's flashback Dream Salvage. I don't think the Voidwalkers are good here. I don't think we're planning on casting Voidwalkers. Like exiling them does exiling our opponent's stuff doesn't really do anything. So that's not especially... Oh, no. And they can't block. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Real bad. Well, maybe we are casting them because we can possibly upgrade it to one that can block in the future. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I guess just getting a random thing is better than nothing because it can block. Yeah. Not exciting, but anything that can block has value. Maybe our opponent won't read Shadow. Alright, Master. Things are getting worse. Mutavault hits a oh no. Oh no, oh no. Goes to combat. We need our Waste Knot. We need our Waste Knot, and we need it like now-ish. Opponent hits us. Death is coming very quickly. Marsh Flats, not helpful. Go to combat. Attack with Arcanist, Burning Inquiry, see what happens. We need a really good Burning Inquiry. Burning Inquiry. Cast it. Do we exile anything good? I guess the Silvergill Adept is kind of something good. We didn't get much else. Because we're going to be sacking this to cast a card that is exiled. So we could get back Kroxa. Sack Voidwalker. That doesn't leave us dead on board, right? I think. Why cast the Inquiry? Lures for a lifelinker. I don't know if I like the lures for a lifelinker plan. Alright, let's Burning Inquiry. Actually, let's Castle Lockwain. Burning Inquiry. Well, okay. Get not much. Well, get back Kroxa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get back Kroxa. Get a blocker. Voidwalker. So we can't cast the Silvergill? Additional cost to cast it. No Merfolk in hand, so I guess we gotta take... Oh! Oh! Oh, this is hilarious. We can kick it. Right? We can kick it. And that deals with a Mutavault. Oh, that's so good. Oh, we can kick it. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Mutavault dealt with. And this means we're not dead even if our opponent can give us an island. Oh, opponent. Hold, hold. Hey, we get to tutor next turn? Like, if we untap, we get to tutor, which is insane. Mutavault. Okay, that doesn't beat us. That doesn't beat us. Opponent passes. We untap. Oh, another Arcanist. Also good. We will go to combat. Attack, attack. Flashback Profane Tutor. Drain you. Yeah, this has been so close. Opponent gonna take the hit. 6, 7. Profane Tutor. Take a lightning bolt. If our opponent doesn't block Kroxa, I think we win, right? Oh, Kroxa. Keep the old one. 3, yeah. Whoa! Wow, wow, wow. We don't need Lures of Bobble. We got instant death. Bowl your face. Oh! Tide Shaper Reverse Arena with Voidwalker saves the day. And we're 1 win away. We're 1 win away from the 5-0. Anger of the Gods, in. Engineered Explosives, I assume, in. Anger as Rampage, sure, why not? It kills a thing. And that might be it. What do we go down? Oh, probably. Well, Turok can block. Voidwalker, I still think is sketchy. We probably got to go down a couple Voidwalkers. Maybe trim a Thoughtseize. Maybe Kolaghan's Command. Yeah, Feed the Swarm's its removal. Go down to Thoughtseize. Maybe we go down all the Thoughtseizes. Yeah, we've cut. Do we gotta cut all of them? Oh, well, we're not the 5-0 king yet. We're not the 5-0 king yet. We still gotta win another game against Merfolk, which, who knows? Yeah, let's just bring in all the removal. Something like that. What about cutting a Waste Knot? I still think Waste Knot is the card we want the most. Oh, yeah, alright. We'll go down all the Voidwalkers. Voidwalker can't block. Like, it worked out there in a really roundabout, weird way, but Voidwalker is not good. I think this is fine. I guess Explosives would be the other one that maybe. We'll keep one Explode. How about that? How about that? Burning Inquiry is actually key. I mean, I still think the best thing our deck can do is Waste Not, Burning Inquiry. We are 4-0. We are up a game. So we're 1-0. Gotta win one of these two for the 5-0. And the kids get the feast, and we get to open the treasure chest. Wow, this ended up being really interesting. Yeah, Explosives. Yeah, maybe we should have kept both. It is good against them. Well, Luris. Save us, dirty, dirty lure. Oh, boy. All right, that's 2 Waste Knots. You don't play Waste Knot, and then ship hands that have 2 Waste Knots. Whether or not this beats Merfolk, no idea. Probably not. But you don't ship 2 Waste Knots. Island for our opponent. Basses. Well, Bloodstain, Mire, Mishra's Bobble. Go. Opponent's upkeep. Crack the Bobble. Playing the fetch land lets us play around Tide Shaper is the main upside. Opponent, what are you drawing? Tide Shaper. Good thing we played around it for the moment. Island. And oh, God. Okay. That's a thing. Yeah, I mean, we technically have things that can kind of beat it. Maybe. But that shuts down pretty much all of our Waste Not stuff. Oh, that's a lot of lands. That's a lot of lands. Bloodstained Mire, crack it. Not like this. Not to the chalice. Yeah, our deck is not going to do a whole lot at the moment. What can we cast? Yeah, all of our important spells are 1 mana. We're going to have potentially a bunch of Waste Knots, but no way to ever trigger them. About it. Let's it go. Maybe our opponent will just naturally discard some cards. Yeah, I mean, we do have Angrass, Rampage, and Kolaghan's Command that can technically kill a Chalice, but... Huh. What do they got? Okay, Lord of Atlantis. I was gonna say, like, that shuts down their Tide Shaper that they... Oh my god, another land. That's not looking great. Waste not. Blood Crypt tapped. We have also drawn a land, just so many lands, after keeping a somewhat land-heavy hand. About it. We can EE because of Sunburst. So we could pay 2 red mana, and it'll have 1 counter, right? But we still spent 2 mana on it. It's a weird card. It is a really weird card, but I think we can get around it. This is game 2. We're up a game. Trying to get the 5-0. About it. Or play for 0, yeah. Yeah. That obviously makes more sense. I don't know why we were stuck on Chalice there. Alright, opponent. Oh. Our hand is like the dream if it wasn't for the Chalice past the turn. Merfolk Trickster. Clock increasing. Opponent untaps. Oh my god, another Lord of Atlantis. We have a single Turok in the deck. Yeah, this Chalice's opponent is going to win just because they have this Chalice, honestly. And I guess maybe we shouldn't have kept the hand. Fatal Push. 3-6. Yeah, that's Chalice win. Fair enough. Well. Maybe we need the Thought Seizes. L-U-R-R-U-S-S. What are those letters? What is that string of letters they keep typing in chat? Alright, explosives in. Feed the Swarm out. Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, Raven's Crime. Maybe we go down the... Huh. I would like another discard spell. Like, just discard on turn 1 or turn 2. Discard on turn 1 or turn 2 is our best way to just make sure there's no Chalice. We got both explosives. They're all in there. We were as explosive as possible. The Raven's Crime is nice once we get Waste Knot going. Oh, they had all the Waste Knots too. L-U-R-R-U... Shatterstorm. I don't think we're that desperate. I mean, we would like to kill Chalice, but I don't know about going for Shatterstorm. We got 2 Engineered Explosives, a Kolaghan's Command, 2 Angrass Rampages, and discard, with us being on the play and knowing that we're probably going to want to discard spell. So I feel like we got enough. Go down and Holy Heat and put in Feed for Diversity with Chalice. I think our goal is to just not let Chalice hit the battlefield. And I am a little nervous about Feed the Swarm costing us life. We saw in game 1, this matchup it runs on very tight margins. Like, we're on the play, which is good. That is the good news. Feed does not hit Chalice. It gets enchantments or creatures. But yeah, can't hit artifacts, fortunately, but unfortunately for us right at the moment. Like, right now it's unfortunate. Although if Feed the Swarm hit artifacts, enchantments, or creatures, that would be the kind of card that would make me question Wizard's sanity. What is your favorite or one of your favorite meals/foods? Ooh. I like a good burger. Okay. Sure. This is great. Turn 1 discard. Turn 2 Waste Not. Turn 3 Burning Inquiry. That's what our deck wants to do. Inquisition you. Dismember, Ether Vial, Lord, and Civulin. So you don't really care about Trickster. Vial? Don't care about Dismember. Don't care about Trickster. I guess I'm kind of interested in taking Civulin, maybe? Everyone wants to take Vial. Interesting. Once this comes down, we're going to have a hard time getting rid of it. Alright. I'm sticking to the guns. Take Civulin, pass the turn. I mean, we can get rid of the Vial if we have to. We gotta hope they don't just top deck Force Negation here. Ooh, Anger 2. Well, yeah, 1/1. Adds up to 2, and a Waste Not, and pass it. Alright, opponent. We're gonna be spinning to winning and generating some value. Oh, we got a shot. Opponent, Vial, take it up. I assume we're going to see a Lord coming down. We'll see how many counters, how much interaction our opponent has. Plays an island. And thinking. We know almost our opponent's entire hand. I mean, we don't have a way to kill it on site, right? Master of the Pearl Trident, sure. Explosives. Well, spin it to win it, I think. Burning Inquiry. Mana zombie. No land. Opponent. Okay. Doesn't lose too much. Waste Not. Ether Vial. Pass the... Mishra's Bobble. Go. Hey, what's up, Lethal? How are you? Pass the turn. Well, opponent still got the Trickster in hand. We did not hit a land. Oh, we just need more. We need more discard. We need more discard primarily. Well, bobble time. Take a peek. Opponent's drawing another Lord. Another Master of the Pearl Trident. All right, the Lords are coming. The Lords are coming. Opponent. We do have Artifact Destruction that can kill Vial. Wow, these are big draws. I don't think Vial's a huge deal here, though, honestly. Land. Like, we're going to be making, hopefully, multiple zombies with our Waste Nots. Wow, opponent's going to pass. Okay. We draw an extra card. We will suspend Profane Tutor. Blackleaf Cliffs. Those were not the best draws. Pass the turn. Oh! Should we not have cast EE in case of Chalice later? Possibly. I don't know if this game's going to be about... Well, I mean, I guess Chalice could still be a problem in the future. Well, we'll see. Here comes the Lords. So opponent can Lord and Trickster and just attack us for a bunch? Would have been really nice to hit a... Would have been really nice to hit a discard spell. Okay, they just Violent Trickster, tap a zombie. I also don't have a ton of faith in our stuff resolving. Like, they definitely have counters in their deck. Hey, what's up, Boobsy? Yeah, how are you? Good to see you, good to see you. Last week, when your power went out, did the storm mess up anything? Nothing serious that I know of. There were, like, tree branches down and stuff like that, but nothing too devastating as far as I know. Opponent. Attacks. Okay. We take 1,000,000. Do you have another Lord? Down to 13. Opponent passes. Profane Tutor takes down. Dream Salvage. Oh, I don't know what to do. Next turn could be a really good turn. Do we survive? Oh, the problem with chump attacking is well, are we just dead if anger doesn't resolve? Would they have just filed in the merfolk? I don't feel like our zombies attacking are enough of a threat to make our opponent block. Remember, Lures is 3 mana to put in our hand, 3 mana to cast. We can't just... This is not last May or whatever. we have reached the time when companions... The problem is if they do put a Lord into play, we wrath our zombies and we just lose on the spot. Well, it's not free because if our opponent counters it with Force of Negation, then we lose because we attacked. So, okay, so as far as attacking, we can swing with our team. Our opponent, there's no way they're going to risk their Lord to block a zombie that isn't doing anything and they're super far ahead. If they did for some reason block, then I guess that means that them viling a Lord into play wouldn't matter. The problem with attacking is if we attack and our opponent force negations, then we tapped out our blockers and our opponent just swings in and kills us. So not attacking allows us to play through force negation, play around force negation. I think that it is. I'm actually not sure any of this is right, but we're gonna cast it. And opponent. Yeah. Fair enough. Oh, well. Good running, merfolk. Good running. Yeah, opponent. They played it patient. Vile kills you surprise. The Vile didn't kill us. Our opponent drawing the 3rd Lord in a row killed us. Oh, so we finished with a 4-1 and 5 treasure chests open. So, that's still a pretty good meal for the kids. Treasure chest number 1, Apocalypse Demon, was once a good against the odds card. Hey, what's up, Vidor? How are you? I'm doing well. I actually think that taking the Vile there is 100% wrong. I still think, even though our opponent drew a Lord and viled it in, I still think taking the Vile there is wrong. I just don't think the vial actually is very impactful in that game. 45 play points. That's decent. Not, I know we haven't opened anything good. We need some old border fetch lands, a full set, or a Rage Blood Shaman. Oh, I know there's good things in these treasure chests. Other people get them. Fatal Frenzy, Vicious. Oh man, all janky red rares. One more. Come on. Yeah. All right. I mean, Territorial Kavu is a sorta real card. I don't think it's worth much. But it is a pretty playable card. It is pretty playable, and it's extended border. It is worth what is it on Moto? 70 cents? Yeah, I believe. Oh, 10 cents. 10 cents. It's actually incredibly cheap on Moto, but it is a pretty powerful card for the new 5-color Zoo decks. But oh. Wow! So I think that is our league. Elspeth Terrell's a cool planeswalker, but not especially valuable or anything at this point. But yeah, so what did we learn about this deck today? And it actually felt really good. Profane Tutor adds a ton of possibilities to the deck, makes it a lot more consistent to get the Waste Not, which is huge, 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 huge. That is the pinch on this deck. The pinch is not being able to get the Waste Not. Profane Tutor helps take care of that, and it's synergistic with Arcane, Dreadhorde Arcanist. We played some pretty sweet games. We just missed the 5-0, unfortunately, but we did get the 4-1. But on that note, I think that that brings us to the end of our stream for today. I gotta go and upload the podcast. It is podcast time, so we're gonna do some rating here. The podcast is going live. We'll be back in 21 hours, 2 o'clock tomorrow to have some more fun. So reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube, tons of stuff coming up on there. Normal YouTube, podcast, Budget Magic. Check it out, lots of stuff there. One more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some Magic cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular, and I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to upload the podcast. See you tomorrow afternoon for some more fun. So until then, everyone, have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.